Zvigananda, the name Zvigananda, I know it from the war. I was at Chitepo College. It generally referred to what is called the petty bourgeoisie. In Marxist class analysis, human society, people are placed in classes, and there's a class struggle between one class and another, the workers, the peasants, the middle class, then the super rich. This is generally Marxist theory about how society develops. So the petty bourgeoisie was translated to be Zvigananda. But this is about society. Now, because people were ambitious for power in the 1976 Vashandi rebellion, they start labeling somebody to Chigananda, Muhondo. But being labeled in a class is in relation to your ownership of property. Muhondo hapana ane property. So how do you label somebody Chigananda, Muhondo, simply because of ideas? So behind it was an attempt to grab power. So you start labeling others. So I'm very, that's why I don't want to mention names all the time when we are criticizing each other. If you start labeling other people with Zvigananda, chi, then out of that you now saying Chidzai or Wazonzi, it's not right. There's nothing wrong about acquiring property. There's nothing wrong about having a middle class as a country. The stronger your middle class means is the more stable your society is. Because people with property are not prone to behave in a certain manner. That's why by land reform we gave everybody property in Zimbabwe. So by definition, vanhu vese vane minda vakapiwa minda vaZvigananda. Vanhu vese vari kuchera migodhi vari kupiwa mashaft zvaZvigananda because they've got property. Now you abuse that term now, you want to use it for political purposes because you've got ambition as a politician. And uda kutaura zvinhu zvekuda kuto zvakaitika uda kusenzesa kuti Muhondo ndakazoti ndikazodaiwo. That's not the way to go as a country. And if you aspire to be leadership at the national level by labeling others as Zimbabweans, it's not right. That's not the way. We must not divide ourselves. If there is bad conduct, let it be at individual level, but not have a whole classification of people. And incidentally, varungu vazhinji vakaita inherit money from the colonial era. They are bigger Zvigananda if it's in relation to property. Saka kana mari yaitwa nemboya ane mhoso ikaitwa nevarungu nevamwe vese nemaindia haina mhoso, hakuna Zvigananda ikoko zvinongowanikwa ikoko. No, we shouldn't do that. And I think we Zimbabweans deserves better from political leadership at the highest level, especially that leadership which has got a background yekuhondo. We need to carry ourselves in such a manner that our conduct is beyond reproach. It's not right to start labeling and then there are laws in the country, there are courts in the country who deal with people who have infractions about their conduct. And they say court vanotongwa. Haikona ngoti because azvitiko kana riri benzi akazvidaro momupanishira upenzi. Vanowanikwa futi mapenzi mu society. So as a party that we frown upon the idea that you give a rubric, a label to other Zimbabweans and then use that label to settle political scores with them. No, that's not the way we should go as a country. When I go to South Africa where they label each other, our government wasting resources, kwaitika xenophobia, kwaitika demonstration, kwazodzi. Isusu, we are tranquil as a people, as a country, because we refuse. We united as a country, as the whole population, to fight one enemy. So why do we want to divide each other? I want to end on that score, but I will entertain any questions. Thank you so much.